Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel for this week's Toolbox safety topic video. Before we get started, make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you'll find additional videos of this nature, other safety related videos, and leadership training videos. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the video. In the construction industry, we use several types of scaffolds, two main types that I'd like to go ahead and talk about. The first type is the swing stage scaffold or suspended scaffold. Now you see these on the side of tall buildings. They may be washing windows, or they may be using them to put in glazing or remove glazing, or brick, or put in brick, or whatever kind of work they may be doing from those swing stages. And the second type of scaffolding is self-supporting scaffolding. Now, the self-supporting scaffolding, we normally see those around buildings. Sometimes they'll have netting around them. That allows people to work on the side of a building at several levels. And the type I'd like to talk about today is the mobile self-supporting scaffolds. Now, the OSHA standard calls them narrow frame scaffolds, are also known as Baker scaffolding or Perry style scaffolds. Now, these type of scaffolds are among the most popular pieces of construction equipment. Due to their versatility, many contractors use them instead of ladders because they allow workers to maintain their balance and work more easily from the platform. Now, what is a narrow frame scaffold? A narrow frame scaffold has wheels and is often used as a mobile scaffold, with the end frame measuring 3 feet or less in width. It's designed to be easily moved, and they are used for operations such as painting, drywall installation, plastering, and other jobs where workers must frequently change positions. Scaffolds can be adapted to stairs, ramps, and other uneven surfaces. In some instances, scaffolds may be better and safer choice than ladders. Let's talk about minimizing the hazards while working from scaffolds. Some of the hazards associated with narrow frame scaffolds can lead to personal injury or death, and they include falls from an elevated level, tip overs, electric shocks, and structural failures or collapse. Now, training workers in scaffold safety is something that's required. Under the Occupational Safety and Health Act, employers are responsible for providing a safe workplace. All training must be conducted in a manner and a language which the worker is able to understand. Only trained and authorized persons should be allowed to use a scaffold. This training must be provided by a qualified person who recognizes the hazards associated with the type of scaffold being used and who understands the procedures to control or minimize those hazards. Now, training must include how to safely use the scaffold and determine the maximum load limits when handling material, recognize and avoid scaffolding hazards such as electric shock, falls from heights, and being hit by falling objects. Erect, inspect, move, operate, maintain, and repair scaffolds. Let's talk about scaffolding safety. Employers must ensure the following: follow the manufacturer's allowable load for the casters, scaffold components, and platforms, along with recommended bracing to ensure a rigid and structurally sound scaffold. Assess the work area, site condition, and work to be performed. Conduct a pre-operation inspection to verify that all scaffolding components are functioning properly and are correctly assembled. Scaffolds are to be inspected daily before use. Now, how do we track inspections? Now, there's nothing in the standard about the use of tags, but it is a convenient way to document and track inspections. It's a good idea to use scaffold tags. OSHA does demand that it is a documented inspection. Keep the platform free from tripping hazards such as hand tools, equipment, or materials. Lock scaffold wheels with positive wheel and/or wheel and swivel locks to prevent movement while in use. Use guardrails, which include top rails, mid rails, and toe boards, or fall protection at working platform heights of 10 feet or greater. Stay at least 10 feet away from energized power lines. If outriggers are installed, install outriggers on both sides of the scaffold. All locking pins must be engaged before using the scaffold. Employers must ensure that workers have been effectively trained in the following: not to stand on the guardrail or use any component of the scaffolding or other items such as step ladders, buckets, boxes, barrels, etc. inside the scaffold to gain additional standing height. Do not pull yourself from one location to another while standing on the platform. Do not use a scaffold if it is incomplete, broken, or has missing, ill-fitting parts which need replacement. Contact your employer immediately. And don't move the scaffold with workers on the scaffold when the workers on the scaffold is unaware of the move or the surface under the scaffold is not within 3 degrees of level and free of pits, holes, or obstructions. The worker is on any part of the platform or the scaffold which extends outward beyond the wheel, casters, or other supports. Manual force is not being applied as close to the base as practical. Manual force must be applied not more than 5 feet above the supporting surface. The height to base width ratio of the scaffold during movement is greater than 2:1 unless the scaffold is designed and constructed to meet or exceed nationally recognized stability test requirements. Now there's retraining. Employers must retrain employees when inadequacies are observed, changes in the worksite conditions occur, or when it is believed that an employee lacks the skill or understanding needed for safe work involving the erection, use, or dismantling of scaffold. Alright, boys and girls, that's that Baker scaffolding that we see all the time on the job site. It's a useful tool, but if not assembled correctly and inspected prior to use or used correctly, it can be deadly. Well, that's it for this week's Toolbox Safety Topic video. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, other safety related videos, and leadership training videos. And until we see each other again, take care of yourself because you're number one. Look out for your coworker and help ensure their safety. Have a grateful day. And remember, I will see you in the field.